Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Jerry Trades back with another banger video, and on today's video it's going to be a nice story time of, as you can tell by the thumbnail, how making $116,000 changed my life for the worse. And I feel like a lot of people on the internet would want to highlight, the positives, show you the luxurious cars, the lifestyle, the vacations, the dinners, the money, right? And don't get me wrong, that's all great. Just for, documentational purposes, this trade was done on April 2nd. Expiration was the 4th. It was $116,000 and $300, 452% in the green, right? So this trade absolutely changed my life. It was the biggest trade of my career when I went ahead and leveraged $27,000. My biggest trade ever in capital. I full on went in on my conviction, on my belief, on my research that Tesla was going to be announcing these robo-taxis in San Antonio, Texas, and the stock was going to boom. Sure enough, the announcement came out. We presented the robo-taxis and the stock surged. The whole journey, right? Watching it go up 10, 20, 30,000, back to 15,000, then 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90,000. That was all mind-blowing effect, right? It was, just watching this money go up to six figures and, holding my composure to watch it get to that level. I feel like a lot of people, this is why I share these stories, right? In our 20s, bro, like there's not a lot of guys, that are even for one trading in the stock market. Now for number two, making $116,000 in 3 hours off the stock market. So there's a lot of missing context and like the bright and the dark side of trading that a lot of people you don't know are going to share about. They can't tell you these stories. So I feel like telling them to you guys because it's my experience. I wish it was something I made up that was fake, but genuinely this is what changed my life and this is how it changed my life. It for sure improved it. I had a lot of benefits. I now own a Trackhawk. I now own a 2025 Can-Am XRS. I have a beautiful apartment. I have a beautiful partner. I'm able to now go enjoy dinners, go on vacations, have an arsenal of heavy artillery weapons. All my dream guns that I used to play Call of Duty with, I now own. I went and spent all this money on liabilities, just enjoying life, being young, and spending $20,000, $30,000, financing this, financing that. It was a journey, bro, but it's the downside, the negative part, right? The mental, reality changes. Growing up, man, I was told, go to school, get a career degree, and then work your way up in a company and you'll get paid $100,000 in a year. I was told, never, always work hard, never, the topic of invest, the topic of, trading, the topic of learning how to make money work for you was so rare. And for me, growing up, of course I always was exposed to trading and I always, participated in it and made these trades here and there, making me 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Some, would make me 12,000. But just this one really flipped it. This one really put the cherry on top because of how much it was in such a short amount of time. I don't think there's many people that can share this story about making 116,000 in 3 hours. And this is, it changes your life, bro. It changes your life because then, if you have the mind, right? My mind immediately jumped to, whoa, this is it. This is how the rich make money, and this is why. This isn't why, but this is a way that, the richest, the poor escape, this is a way that the poor escape poverty, and this is a way that the rich create millions, and it's so lucrative. Imagine 412% on $1 million. You're looking at almost close to, 4 million. That's absolutely insane, bro. That's a lot of returns. Let me go ahead and confirm that. Siri, what is 400% on $1 million? Yeah, that's $4 million, bro. Imagine that, right? Like it's so lucrative that it's not a topic that us growing up in our Hispanic, Latino, traditional construction Mexican culture is gonna tell us about. Us in our culture, it's like go be a mechanic, go be a construction, go be an electrician, go lay some concrete, go be a landscaper, go flip homes, go become a real estate agent, go sell life insurance. Like those are what's kind of pushed on us if you even go to explore that. Now, trading, the investing, never hear about it, bro. It's like a ghost story. Oh, you'll lose money. Oh, it'll never work. You're gonna lose more money than you make, bro. You're gonna go broke doing that. That's the yippee yappies that we get in our community from these people that don't know anything. I'm telling you from firsthand, bro, this works. But there's a lot of responsibility that comes with this, especially if you're so young. I tell you this because I experienced it. I was immature. I didn't know what to do with the money. I was going to go, I went and gambled $12,000 in the Cosmopolitan at Vegas, and now I have a bunch of complimentary rooms. I have all of these benefits from losing all this money at casinos. Great story. I have a bunch of designer clothes in my closet that's absolutely worth nothing, a bunch of liabilities. I have a 2018 Trackhawk. Thing's down in the gutter right now. Engine blew up. We put a Demon motor in it, blew up. I have to get a whole new motor, machine shop the last one, try to rebuild that one, get it back installed, pay for labor, just burning cash. Like, I was immature. I know what I'm telling you. When you're in it for the money, there's a lot more that comes with it. And of course, I've always been that person that said, if I made a lot of money, I'm going to invest it. No, that's all a lie. And it's a lie for you too. There's a lot of individuals that, when you're struggling and working so hard for years and years and years on end, and you finally break through, bro, you're going to want to enjoy it. You're going to want to take that vacation to Hawaii. You're going to want to take that vacation to Miami. Bro, I did it. And there's a few things that really messed me up throughout this journey. And really, I want to highlight this story because a lot of you guys are going to embark on this journey, right? You're going to start making a little bit more money. I pray that all of you guys succeed and find this level of success in your life, because it does absolutely change everything. You're not worried about bills. You're not stressing, your mental, all of it just clears. It's worry-free. But at the same time, it pushes you to understand a little bit more about the world. I noticed that there's a lot of misguidance. A lot of people are taking these paths that society is pushing on them, which is great. Don't get me wrong. I love and support them. But I feel like there's a lack of pushing individuals to discovering themselves, finding out ways of creating income that are created by you, not dependent on a job or another, financial institution to pay you. Instead, you're what we call an entrepreneur, turning into an investor, therefore creating value out of just your own existence, your own network, your own skill sets. That's extremely valuable going into just 2026 or any point in adulthood. You got to learn how to create your own value. And me being able to create my own value now in the stock market with this skill set and being able to teach people altered my life. I'm coming from this traditional background. Go to, be a construction. I was in, general labor right there, working roofing with my uncle's company, bro. Busting ass, 5 a.m. right there on the roofs, lifting up pallets of shingles, man. Like, begging for water, bro. That is real hard work. And that's what we were taught in our culture, Us Mexicans, bro, work hard, bust your ass. And that's the mindset. That's what's told about us, that ability to change your income change your situation. That ability to change your situation by learning how to make money work for you is not taught to us. It's not showed. And that's what really messed me up when I made $116,000 was that boom, that smack up the head that there's something different. And coming from I don't have a financial background, I don't have parents that are rich, I don't have buddies that are hedge fund managers. This was all new to me. It's like I unlocked the secret, Indiana Jones egg. Like, this was an absolute treasure. And bro, it sucks that there's not enough awareness in school. There's not a lot of friends, especially if you're growing up in these middle income to lower income environments. Your friends are probably smoking weed, partying, buying expensive sports cars that they can't afford, still living with their parents, working jobs that they hate. These conversations about starting businesses, acquiring real estate, investing, trading, buying crypto, a lot of these guys are still sports betting, gambling, trying to do meme coins, bunch of the clown stuff, bro. Like, the real concrete business, like really building something up, that's rare. And I know how rare this is because I grew up there too. I didn't have this. I had to leave these friends behind because they were what I call lost. They, just small world. A lot of people don't think about going to visit the pyramids of Egypt, studying them for a while, going to see the Galapagos Islands, going to see the Eiffel Tower, venturing to the Great Wall of China, scuba diving or snorkeling in the Great Barrier Reef, maybe visiting Antarctica, going to hunt on a safari, trying to trophy hunt for a lion. These are really amazing, unique experiences that I crave and desire, that I write about in my journal. And I know growing up in my environment, I wasn't going to get taught how to do that. I wasn't going to get taught how to acquire a property in Japan, acquire a property in Hawaii, acquire a property, in maybe the Amalfi Coast if I really desired it. Like, these are all like just fantasies that our imagination, my imagination was bringing to me as I began to expose and learn more using this device of what the real world is capable of. We can all do so much, but if you're just sitting in your environment, and it's so funny because this goes back to a real interesting philosophy that I recently found out about. There's a philosopher named Plato, or Plato. Don't get on me now, but he has a philosophy. Many of you guys that maybe are in this space, or have discovered kind of the self-development space or just learn more about yourself. There's this philosophy called the theory of the allegory, and in the theory of the allegory, it states, just to kind of don't quote me, it might not be this accurate, but it quotes that there's these village or these unique species of people that live in a cave, right? It's not realistic, it's just a theory, it's a philosophy. All these people live in this cave, and there's a fire in this cave that portrays shadows onto a wall, and all these people glorify these shadows, and they think that this is all of life. Now one day, one of these individuals that was a part of this tribe finds a crack in the cave and now makes it to the surface. Now, to kind of catch it up in modern times, imagine that this individual sees cars, sees planes, sees big buildings, people on phones, and he's just mind blown at what's capable compared to what everyone else in the cave is doing. Now, when this guy goes inside that cave again and tells everyone what he's seen and what he's experienced, they all treat him like he's crazy. They don't believe him, they exile him, and now he's an outcast, and everyone just treats him like a mental health patient. Lost. Pretty much in a psych ward. That's the reality of the world we live in. A lot of us stay in the cave. We do what's known. We do what our family does. We do what our friends do. We do things about what we hear, career paths, colleges, whatever paths are exposed to us, we do them. There's a very select few of individuals that go outside that cave and discover the true wealth, the true things that the wealthy and the rich do to create money lucratively. Like, I honestly think options is one of those. Of course, you have other instruments you can trade. You have future trading. You have, I don't want to promote future trading because all those prop firm accounts are really like they're against you more than anything. Like, if you're a prop firm trader, bro, you're playing with fake money. The chances of you making real money with it, almost zero, just because of the rules. You have to be very, very borderline lucky. Possible, but don't get me wrong, play with $150, you're not going to learn anything. You're not going to build that emotional, I can say that emotional durability, that tolerance to actually know what it feels like to lose your own money. Because psychologically, the consequence is only minus $150, and that's if you're paying for a 150K eval. A lot of people know that that's the only risk, and that's why they take it. But when you know that the risk is now $600, $700 of your own money that will not be coming back, that you can't just reload, that's when things get real and you actually start to develop differently. So, when I was going to, exploring all of this, I seen how different I was, and I knew the opportunity I had in my hand. And it's something that a lot of people, unfortunately don't get to know, especially Hispanic, Mexican, bro. Like, chances of this, bro, are so slim, bro. Like, I go out into my local Superior, which is a Mexican superstore here, and I go and I look at the people around me. I'm like, bro, none of these people know about the stock market. If I told them about it, they'll think I'm crazy. Even less if I told them I was a trader and I live off of my phone and that's all I do for work, just press buttons on my phone, I'm the crazy guy. But I have a beautiful apartment. I have all my things, my belongings, materialistic, everything I've ever desired, I have it. It's there to prove it. This is all I've done for the last year and a half. Just trade until just now I started mentoring people. And I want to share this experience with you guys so you guys know that it's possible. But let me share with you guys now the downside. When you make this much money, when you make money with trading, your psychology changes, your mentality. You remember you're coming from the workforce and you're used to looking at money through hours. This is a very unique mindset and paradigm. People think that an hour is actually, the only way to make time, which is a lie. I'm gonna tell you right now, that is the biggest lie you've ever been told. Yes, making a fixed income is great, reliable, consistent stream of income, but it's not the most efficient way to make money. Putting a cap on an hour of your life, valuing it even at $80, $90 an hour, maybe even $100 an hour, right? Let's say you're consistently making $100 an hour. That's the cap. You are willingly and openly deciding, okay, I'm gonna go exchange 1 hour of my life that I will never get back and never be able to, achieve again, or, no reverse, no going back. 1 hour of my life for $100 or $200. You give me $200, I'll give you an hour of my life that I'll never get back. That's the price that some people sell themselves for. That's the biggest lie that we're told here in poverty. Although, yes, achieve it, make your time worth that much minimum, great. But also know how to acquire new skill sets that can make you buy your time back. Now, instead of making $200 in an hour, let's say maybe you're trading, like some of my clients have, Ernie from Michigan. I love this guy, man. This guy's been killing it. He's been helping me acquire new, new clients, and has been helping me a lot in just, showing profits of what's possible right here. It's now 10:07, and my client here in the group chat made $3,080 in about 2 hours tops. We look at that compared to the traditional form of making money, which is $150 or even $100 an hour, right? If you're that big shot, foreman, whatever, $100 an hour, this guy just made $3,000 in 2 hours. That's $1,500 an hour, almost, what, $100 an hour? That's almost 15 times that amount, all pressing buttons from his phone. Now, do you see the contrast in realities and paradigms there? And that's the hardest thing to break out of. And that's where my mind kind of went a little, because I'm not used to this, right? I of course, making $300, $400, that's normal. Now, $100,000, that's when I was like, there's nothing else in my life that I want to do for a living other than this. I don't care if I lose, which in reality, I have to make another video to share with you guys the losses. Not a lot of people have the stomach or the heart to take those losses. I've lost $65,000 year to date, but I'm still up about $180,000. I'm playing a huge game. I lost 60, but I made 180. Am I complaining about the 60? F no, I'm up 180. Well, 60 hurt at the time when I was going through it. F yeah, it hurt, but I still came out on top, and now I'm at 180 profit. Not a lot of people will keep going after losing that 60. This is a journey that really will test who you are, and not a lot of people embark on this, bro. I'm telling you, a lot of people stay comfortable. They have their little friends, their little family, their little girlfriend, and that's their little shell. They don't ever push out and really establish something independently, see what they're made of, Me losing 60 grand, making 180 grand, with my consulting business, thankfully I've been able to generate a killing as well. It's been, fuck, man. Whoa, you can't make it up. You literally cannot make it up, bro. And that's why I tell you, I would never exchange this for nothing else in my life. And any trader, any big capital, I consider you big capital, especially if you're an independent individual coming from not a lot of money. If you're trading with 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, even 40, 50,000, I respect you. Because by now you have already seen what it's like to make 2,000, 3,000 in an hour. You've seen maybe what it's like to make 14,000. You've seen what it's like to lose 5,000, lose 4,000, lose 1,000 in 30 minutes. Take these losses. You know what it's like to diamond hand. You know what it's like to see a stop loss get smoked. You know this feeling when you're trading big capital, when you're moving money that's bigger than $1,000, $2,000. Once you're playing with 5 figures in the market, you understand the game now. Me, when I hit the 160,000 in profit, I started playing 30,000, 40,000, $60,000 positions, Boom, $60,000 later, player, what's up? Negative 30%, straight to the chin, I'm out. It is what it is. 20 grand down the drain. You have to take the loss and keep on going. It was actually negative 17,000 trading Apple. When the iPhone 17 released, the stock crashed because they didn't announce any AI improvements integrated into the phones, and that, kind of turned investors away from it because they thought that Apple was now falling behind in the AI race. So that was really huge, and it's a really big change. Fuck, man, you can't say anything else like it, bro. And that really hurt, but it's the losses that teach you the wins. It's insane, bro. And What really changed, right, was like mentally knowing that there's another way other than working a job for 8 hours of your life. There's another way than, going to school for 10 years. There's another way, and I want to spread awareness around that. Of course, this is not easy to achieve. It's very difficult. I'm not here to sell you a dream. It's by far one of the hardest things I've ever had to do and learn and achieve. But god damn, bro, like if you're looking to really find a way to create something for yourself other than your business, right? Because I always tell people, start a business, go meet people, go try to sell your and market and interact with the world. This is a beautiful place. We all have to enjoy it while we're here. Interact, build relationships, meet new people. Amazing job. But also, learn how to invest. Learn how to, once you have a growing and successful business, learn how to use that business and now take it up a notch. It's not a journey that a lot of people, especially this young, set themselves out on, because they're usually thankful, grateful, and comfortable with what they have. But there's a little small percentage of individuals that push it a little further. And I want that percentage to be you. Because for one, for you to even watch this much of my channel, know about my life, know about my mindset, trust me, I feel alone all the goddamn time, bro, because there's not a lot of people that want it like this, that see it like this. And it's difficult going out into the world, And I look at people, and they look at me like, when I work with new clients, they're like, god damn, this guy's not normal. And it's true. It's because my mind has already rewired itself differently. And I tell people this all the time. Start now, because later on in your life, when you're 30, 40, it's not impossible, but it's much more challenging to rewire your philosophy, your perception, your paradigm of reality mentally to now adapting to a new form of income, a new form of living, a new form of creating just wealth or creating any opportunity. It's hard to redevelop that and believe in yourself and recreate that. So start now. And it's a beautiful journey. It's one hell of a story, bro. And really, like, having to learn how to manage my money so I don't lose it all and go broke. That was, where I had to check myself, because it's true. When you make a shitload of money, you start blowing it, burning it, bro, like nothing you've ever seen before. I have over like 30 grand in designer in my closet. I'm not proud of it. That was by far maybe the worst financial decision ever. Yes, I have a nice appeal. I look presentable. I have a unique style that I can go, network and interact with other high earning individuals. And they'll be like, oh, nice, cool. I see you, like they'll applaud me. But realistically, all of that is worth zero, bro. And it's just those mistakes that you're gonna make, buying my Trackhawk, bro. That car, yes, gets a lot of attention, very fast, sports vehicle, yes, like it's amazing, don't get me wrong, but there's better investments, man. There's better things to do, and this is the mistakes that a lot of people, when they first start making money, are gonna make. They're gonna go spend it on things that really, like, they're not the same, bro. They're not worth it. So it's genuinely, like a lesson from me to you that whenever you make this much money or you hit it big, like, watch your mental health, right? Because like when I made a lot of money, I got depressed. I was, questioning really like, what is life about now? Like all I wanted was 100 grand liquid cash, and I already had double that. I was working my ass off since I was 18, saving every dollar. I already had a savings, and now when I cracked it for this much, that just added on to my savings, and I still got back my initial investment. Bro, I was in the green like $200,000, and that really blew my mind, because I'm telling you, like, I'm not going to portray something I'm not. Bro, I don't come from money. I am like borderline a first-generation American citizen. My parents were raised by immigrants. None of them have papers. My mom does have papers because she was born here, but she's a first-generation American citizen. I'm Gen 2, but my parents didn't really advance and learn that much, through the education system, or, have that network or resources to show them differently. So I was just a reflection of what my parents were taught until I sparked that change. I pursued that. Everything I seen on the internet about Lamborghinis, mansions, jets, helicopters, traveling, I wanted that. I was not here to be a, chalan the rest of my life. Like, there was no way I was going to settle for that. I don't mind going back. I do not care if I go broke and I end up being a roofing general construction again. I have a blueprint to get out of there. God forbid I never see those days again, because now I develop differently. But it was that change. It was that pursuit of defying my parents, defying society, defying what others expected of me to create my own path. That's something I'm telling you right now. That's life. That's the true essence. That's where you make the most money. That's where you're going to find yourself. Defying what everyone is doing, following the sheep, that herd, going on the path less taken, ask any millionaire, any entrepreneur, that's where the money is. I'm just here to share it with you guys. And you know, this is a probably, you know, really kind of not interesting, not the most entertaining video, but I want to document it with you guys that, you know, money is beautiful. It's amazing, especially making this much, but it could ruin your life, man. It could ruin your life because I ended up, you know, with a bunch of money. I was lonely. I didn't have friends to spend it with. All my friends were not in the right mindset to want to go achieve more and push themselves. I was just there solo, you know, with over 6 figures trying to figure out what to do. You know, I was enjoying myself. I made all of the things I ever wanted come true, but it was now like, what's next? And that's when I discovered purpose. I discovered that I need something to wake me up every single day to keep me going other than money. And sometimes people get too married to that purpose where they settle for less. It's more so getting married to that purpose to now pursue more. And that's where it all begins. And I share it with you guys because I know how hard it is for have someone to talk to you like this and share these with you. But if I don't tell you guys it, no one else will. And I hope to leave this message behind because I know my life isn't promised. I could be gone tomorrow, and just like that, you know, golden message that could have helped some kid, you know, prevent suicide or keep on going, or, you know, take that risk on his first business, or take that risk on his first investment, start believing in himself, start networking, start meeting new people. That's what we're all here for. If you hit it big, if you have some sort of success, share it, help these people, guide them, because I promise you, we all fucking need it, bro. The world is not easy. It's extremely hard, you know, and I don't come here to portray anything. That's why I took down all those videos about me buying my car, me Can-Am, all that lifestyle shit. It's cool, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't help much. It doesn't help a lot of people. And I don't want to be known for that guy with all the flashy stuff. I want to be known as that guy that, you know, had it hard, overcame those obstacles, made something, and started helping others. That's what life's about, you know. Pay it forward, bro. Pay it forward and help who you can, because we don't know. You know, it's always better than helping no one. And at the end of the day, no matter what we do, right, we're not going to leave with none of it. So push it forward, bro. Help who you can, and, you know, keep a good name, keep a good reputation out here, and do your best to, you know, keep on smiling and keep it going, bro. Keep it going. And I really want to leave this video here with you guys to hopefully reflect on it and get to know a little bit more about me. But for sure, you know, making that money for sure changed my life, and borderline almost ruined it. Took me a lot to step away and correct my mental health, come back to reality, because I was in la la land thinking I'm gonna print 100 grand every single time I take a trade. You know, fixing my mental health and all of that, you know, that coming back to reality, to now appreciating the smaller, simpler things. You know, that adjustment is something that not a lot of people get to talk to you about. And when you're in the pursuit of money and making this high amount of income, your reality, your brain might get tinkered with a little, bro. I'm being honest with you. You know, it's hard to kind of readjust yourself back to where you started, you know, that humbleness, that, you know, get it out the gutter, that, you know, hustle like you're broke mentality. I was comfortable, so I know maybe you guys would get comfortable. Once you start pushing certain boundaries, it's easy to get comfortable. And little by little, that money starts depleting because you're comfortable. You have to push yourself to maintain it and grow it. That's a whole different monster. And achieving that, how do I grow it? How do I make more out of what I have and continue it? Not, you know, settle for this and push for that million, push for that 10 million. Build something that has legacy to help my family and share with others in this world to make it a better place. It's a really unique conversation that I'm glad at 23 I was able to have with myself. And now, you know, to complete 23, going into 24, I really hope to double down on my business here with SoCal Trading Group and make a product so unique and efficient that I really can help my, you know, Latino, Hispanic community and really empower some individuals in these, you know, middle to lower income environments to do more, pursue more, and get after it, man. That's what it's all about, baby. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching this, you know, kind of a lengthy video here, pushing 30 minutes, but hope you guys enjoyed. Jerry Trades the SoCal Trading Group. Over and out.